I have some concerns about Trey Lance, honestly, because number one, like my number one concern that I have on Trey Lance is that I hope he doesn't turn into like a Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick player. And some people might be like, "What?" in
Right.
the chat,
No,
but
you
like
want a guy who turns into a quarterback.
a quarterback, right? Because I don't want a
Yeah.
guy whose first read is to run the ball and whose first read to use his legs. Like
Right.
Michael Vick is more athletically skilled than any other player in his generation, so he could just run and he just use his legs, his athleticism as a safety blanket. I don't want Trey Lance to do that because I want Trey Lance to find open receivers down the field and find his reads instead of being like a Lamar Jackson
You
or a
sound
Michael
like
Vick
Bill
type.
Walsh right now, man. You sound like Bill Walsh right now. Bill Walsh was the same way. He wanted Steve Young, but he didn't want Steve Young to play like Steve Young had been playing, which was like Lamar Jackson. He wanted Steve Young to take that skill set and apply it as a quarterback and learn the position, and he did. And I think that's what's so intriguing about Trey Lance is that's the standards he's being held to. That's the vision that Shanahan has for him. And I think that's what he can pull off. He has, I think, more physical gifts than Steve Young had, who was before your time. But for people my age and above, that's a
No,
very
Steve Young is
explosive things to say that Trey Lance is more physically gifted than Steve Young. I think he is.
but the thing is, like, there's only two quarterbacks in the NFL, in my opinion, who can throw the ball, but also throw it efficiently and run it also efficiently. It's Russell Wilson and probably Patrick Mahomes. And if Trey Lance
Yeah.
turns into at least one, I'm not saying that he's going to turn into Patrick Mahomes or Russell Wilson, but if he can at least throw the football efficiently, and if he runs the ball, there's no problem with that, in my opinion. There's no problem, right? But he has to find his reads, and he has to find his open receivers on the field, which Jimmy couldn't do. He has to make those reads.
Agreed.
Because if he just uses his first safety blanket as the run, then he might get injured like RG3. And we don't want him
Yes.
to get injured, number one. And also, we need
Nope.
him to find open receivers on the field. With Jimmy Garoppolo missed in the Super Bowl, we need him to find open receivers on the field instead of use the run as a safety blanket.
Andrew Luck was a big, strong, strapping mobile quarterback who got beaten to smithereens and is no longer in the league. So Trey Lance, I know you think you're strong and tough now. Protect yourself.